This is a portable and budget setup I came up with my M4 Mac Mini. It has a 16-inch display, keyboard, mouse. It's a fully functional setup. You can easily put everything into your bag, and also the whole thing costs about half the price of a 15-inch MacBook Air. I've been using this for a week, and actually I feel pretty good. In today's video, I'm gonna introduce each component and how much they cost. Before I start, I know what you're thinking. This looks ridiculous. Just go get a MacBook Air. I want to mention this is not a permanent setup I have with my Mac Mini. I do have a larger monitor, and usually I plug my computer in and use it as a regular desktop. The reason I'm trying to make it portable is that this year the Mac Mini becomes so small. I kind of want to see for people who don't have a MacBook, if they only have Mac Mini as their only computer, can they bring this little machine outside, for example, go on a work trip and use it as a portable machine? That's what I'm trying to do here. Also, I bought everything in today's video with my own money, so there are all the things I feel like work for me. First, let's talk about the machine itself, the M4 Mac Mini. Here I have the base model. It has the regular M4 chip with 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, 16 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigs of SSD. After using it for a week, I feel like it's a very powerful machine. I do video editing for work, and I feel like it's very capable on this aspect. You can edit 4K videos, dealing with huge files, difficult codecs, no problem at all. Most of the time, you can play back smoothly in high resolution. Actually, I had a video that I compared M4 with M3 Pro on video editing, and you might be surprised that M4 outperformed M3 Pro in several video editing related tests. I'm gonna link the video in the description below. Talking about the price, this base model costs $599 over Apple Store, but I'm sure you'll be able to find a lot of discounts. For example, I got it during Black Friday, and Amazon, B&H, Costco, all those places were running discounts. I spent $499 before taxes for this machine. And also, if you are able to use Apple's education discount, you can get it in $499 anytime you want. So for me, on the price board, let me put $499. But don't worry, when I compare the price with MacBook Air later, I'm also going to use the price with education discount. For the monitor, I got the Arzopa Z1RC portable monitor. It has a 16-inch IPS panel with QHD resolution, 2560 by 1600. Actually, it took me quite a minute to decide which monitor to get. I want to try to get something as high-res as possible and as bright as possible. The reason is that I'm a long-time MacBook user and I stare at the Retina display all day. I just don't think it's gonna work if I go back to a 1080 15-inch portable monitor. And also, I always work under a bright environment. I notice a lot of portable monitor, the brightness are kind of low, so I want to try to get something as bright as possible. In the end, I decided to get this Arzopa Z1RC. The PPI is still not as high as a MacBook Retina display, but it's higher than a 27-inch 4K monitor, which is not bad. Also, the max brightness can reach 500 nits. It's the same with MacBook Air. The color is also decent. It offers 100% sRGB, but it doesn't support wide color gamut. For color critical work, I might not only rely on this, but for daily use, media consumption or something like that, it's very enjoyable. The connection is also very neat. As you can see, it's only one USB-C cable, so I don't need extra power cable. The regular price of this monitor is $129. I also got it during Black Friday, so I spent $109, but right now it's still running some sort of discount. For me, I'm gonna put $109 on my price board. You might notice I put my portable monitor on a metal stand over here. Actually, this monitor has a built-in kickstand. It's kind of convenient that you can freely adjust the angle. I put it on this metal stand is only because of ergonomics reason. I was trying this setup for the entire week and I don't want to work like this the entire time. I was trying to raise the monitor a little bit. This is just an old laptop stand I had. I just flip it over and put the monitor there. I spent $15 on this. You can get whatever you like from Amazon or other places. This is not mandatory, only if you want to make yourself a little bit more comfortable. Next, keyboard and mouse. The keyboard I'm using is the Logitech Pebble Keys 2 K380S. It cost about $40 and it's actually a very comfortable keyboard. I've been using Apple's Magic Keyboard and also a couple mechanical keyboards, but this Pebble Keys 2 is still one of my favorites. It looks very clean, the body is very compact, it's very enjoyable to type on. It uses 2 AAA batteries. I've been using it for half a year and the battery level is still at 100%. And the mouse I'm using is Logitech's MX Master 3S. It's a perfect mouse for creative work. You can link all your shortcuts on all those function buttons. But honestly, I use it only because I already have it. If I'm getting something new for this Mac Mini setup, actually, I think I'm gonna go with the Logitech Pebble 2 combo. It comes with the Pebble Keys 2 and also the Pebble mouse. The Pebble mouse is so much thinner than the MX Master 3S. I've actually tried it in store and I also find it comfortable. I think it's a perfect mouse for a portable setup. It'll be easier to carry around. The Pebble 2 combo costs about $50. If I'm getting an entirely new setup, I'm gonna choose this as my keyboard and mouse. That's basically everything I have for this setup. You might want to ask, where's your speaker? Actually, I'm using the built-in speaker of the Mac Mini itself. This year, the internal speaker of Mac Mini can actually get really loud. It's not like the old speaker in previous generations or Mac Studio anymore. So I feel like if I just listen to a couple sounds or watch some quick videos, I don't really need anything else. I'm not saying it's good. It still doesn't really have bass. It kind of reminds me of the sound quality from the 13-inch MacBook Air. But whenever I need to listen to something seriously, I'll just put on my headphone. Also, you might notice in this setup, I don't really have microphone or webcam. For those, I'm actually using iPhone's continuity camera function. Just make sure my phone is close to Mac Mini, and then the computer can connect to my iPhone and use the camera and microphone. Okay, that's the whole setup of my M4 Mac Mini. Now let's look at the question we have at the beginning. Is it portable? I would say yes, it is. Actually, I weighted the whole setup. So it includes the Mac Mini itself, the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse, the cable, and the whole thing weighted 4.4 pounds, 2 kilograms. If we compare our setup with other MacBooks, we can see it weighs in between the 14-inch MacBook Pro and the 16-inch MacBook Pro. But we need to be aware of, for those laptops, it doesn't include the weight of the power brick. But for our Mac Mini, it doesn't have an external power brick. Everything is inside the machine. So this 2 kilograms weight, I would say it's very manageable. It's also very easy to carry when you are traveling. You can put everything in your bag. If you can protect them well, you can even put the machine and the monitor into your check bag because they don't really have batteries in them. Furthermore, you can even use the TV in the hotel room as the monitor. So you don't need to bring a monitor, just hook it up using the HDMI cable. Okay, that's the portability aspect. And now let's see if this setup is budget. I will also say, yes, it is. Let's look at our price list. So this whole setup before taxes is about $670. So those are the prices of the current M3 MacBook Airs. Let's just say if the price for the upcoming M4 MacBook Airs are the same, with education discount, the 15-inch cost $1199. Our setup is a little bit more than half of the cost of the 15-inch MacBook Air. But I don't think price should be the reason you choose to do a Mac Mini setup instead of buying a MacBook. Actually, I feel like if you want to have a fluent and smooth Mac experience, you should go purchase a MacBook. You're gonna get the whole package. You're gonna have a fantastic Retina display, a perfect keyboard and trackpad. You don't need to buy anything else. For travel, it's definitely easier than carry everything separately. All in all, it really depends on what kind of thing you need at this point. If you need to bring your computer with you all the time, like for work or for school, a MacBook definitely works better. But if you don't really need to go anywhere, you need a bigger display, and you have all the keyboard, mouse, speakers already, yeah, Mac Mini might be a better choice because you don't need to pay for the thing that you might not ended up using. Alright, that's all for today's video. If you want to know more about my setup or you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments below. I'm also curious how you set up your Mac Mini if you just got one. What's your favorite monitor, keyboard, or mouse? Let me know in the comments as well. If you find this video useful, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more tech-related content, which I really enjoy making, be sure to subscribe. Now check out some other videos of mine. I feel like you're gonna be interested as well. Have a nice day.